Hi everyone and welcome back to our farm here in the southwest of France, where life always keeps us on our toes. Between taking care of things around the farm like our chickens and pushing forward with renovation, there's never a dull moment. This week we're in for a few surprises, some fun to see and some not so fun at all. Yet still the work on the driveway continues and there is some serious progress to be shown as all kinds of tasks are taken on for another important delivery by the end of the week. That delivery marks the beginning of the final step in finishing the driveway, and we can finally say we're almost there. We're getting closer to the moment the barn renovation can begin, and that couldn't make us any happier.
Ik heb alles mee, Odin. Ik heb alles mee. Voor u ook, ja, Odin. Ik heb alles hier gezet. Let op dat ze pikkie piek planten. Voilà. Alright, this time I'm bringing all the hay away, just because I noticed on the little chicken there's only one more left. There were some critters crawling and I think it's blood lice. Not 100% sure, but let's clean it out thoroughly. Normally I take the hay from the nesting boxes and I put it under their pole so they can shed on it and it's easier for me to clean out. So I have two uses of the hay. But now I'm gonna clean it all out, take it all out. And then I might preventively put some predatory mite in there to kill any blood lice that might be there. Voilà. Ah?
Ik gedaan.
You all done?
Ja. Ik wil gedaan.
I'm gonna move this camera. It hasn't spotted anything going to the chicken coop, so I'm gonna move it up into our forest and see if we can spot some wildlife over there. Because here it's doing nothing except registering me or the chickens. All done. So they got water, that's been cleaned out, the floor has been cleaned out, I cleaned the walls, put cardboard underneath their stick where they sit on to sleep. So all fresh. Next up that I think I'm gonna do is see it? There's something crawling on me. I don't know what it is. Afterwards, what I need to remember is to buy these predatory mites, I think they're called. And look, there's another one on me. So there must be something in here. Get those predatory mites and hopefully they get rid of whatever is in here. I looked in the shop and I found products, but you know, when those products contain that symbol where it shows a fish upside down and a tree without any leaves, you know enough. So I'm gonna try not to use a product like that because my chickens live in here and I have to eat the eggs, simple. And Odin comes in here and we clean it together, so I'd rather not have a product like that lingering around here. Only in extreme cases, if I wouldn't be able to solve it, I'll use it. But we'll see first with the biological way. So the flock is one short now. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 6 now. And one chick that hopefully we can keep alive. Right, next up, get that solar panel out of here. The other camera at the other side I'm gonna leave, but I think I'm gonna put it up a little bit higher so I have a better overview. But like I said, the one at the door of the chicken coop wasn't doing anything. No predators, not that I have seen or the camera has seen, or no signs of predators coming to there, which is good. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I would want to see a fox or a martyr over there, so... Up. Okay. It's two connected again, so I have one at the upper pad where hopefully we'll see some animals. There's a break in the forest edge that opens up and I think animal pass there. I see a lot of turds, let's put it this way, so I'm hoping I spot something there. And this one is perfect, a little bit up higher, so this plant won't disturb it anymore or anything else. And this one looks at the house, the old barn, and the driveway coming down.
Funny enough, a few evenings later, Philippe was scrolling through the footage of the camera he had moved, and what he discovered couldn't have been more surprising. Just a few days ago, a fox had been lurking around the entrance of the chicken coop early in the morning. Good to know for us, and a good reminder to close the coop a bit earlier now that the days are getting shorter and autumn is on its way.
Waters come this way, flows over and can go in here, and the water and any soil that comes from here won't be able to get into my flap because there's a little channel here with my geotextile over it. That's the general idea. Then it's just the stones from the driveway that come on top. Alright, next day, put the long pants on, it's a lot colder. We went from blazing heat and dry for a couple of weeks to a lot colder and wet. Luckily, I am almost finished, so I don't have to drive with the machinery on this, because I would be driving it all into one big mess. So all these things I'm just gonna do manual now. And we're almost ready to put rocks on. Oh. This is more roots than soil. There was someone on the channel that left a great comment. Is when it's very dry, I'm working in a desert with sand and dust getting everywhere, and once I get a little bit of rain, it's instantly a mud fest. And that's exactly the right state here. There's no in between, that's what I want to say. There's no in between. But almost there, almost there. And with the lid on it, that should be almost fine. Almost done. What I will do is disconnect it again, but the pipe can stay, and put some cement around it and underneath it, so it sits firm and will not move, hopefully. Up, this one goes in, and this one is easy because we have a finished wall. Voila. Drain pipe comes in, and then you can always check on it, or you have a point again to put a, call it a snake or a rat through to clean out your pipes. Very happy with the placements. This is the ideal scenario that I want. Yep, I can go deep enough. Not that there will be much traffic here on this meter, to be honest. You don't drive all the time right next to the buildings, but it is better that it's also deeper in the ground. It's all these little tasks that take a long time. The tasks that you don't see. If you arrive here, you don't think about how long it takes to place a stupid little box like this. Okay, this one I'm quite lucky. I just have a little corner to undo. Number 5. Voila. Perfect. It is so bright over here, I can't even see if I'm putting the camera into focus. Let's put up the laser so I can get the correct height from these two. It's good. Okay, let's have a look. Oh. Okay, this needs to go a little bit more deeper. And you go in like this. Perfect. Okay, done.
As the day before, the following days were all about preparing the raised courtyard or driveway for the stone delivery coming in a few days. That meant leveling out the divots and removing any excess soil where needed. Philippe couldn't get everything perfectly smooth as the window for that had passed, with the soil now being too wet, but in the end it wouldn't matter too much because once the stones arrived he would be able to compensate and smooth out that top layer much better.
So I'm gonna finish laying down my geotextile. That's Mr. Cock, who attacked me yesterday on my feet. I was in my slippers and it hurt quite a bit. And the thing is, he kept on attacking. Even though I smacked him twice, he kept on coming. If he does it again, there will be one cock less here, and it won't be me. Good job, he's coming. He's coming. Good at me.
speaking of the rooster, a few months ago he attacked me too, just as I was leaving the coop after collecting some eggs. He came at me from behind and pecked me hard on the leg, then charged me again and again, 3 times in total, and even managed to draw blood. That experience left me quite wary of him ever since, and I always keep him in my peripheral vision when I walk past, making sure I never turn my back on him. I was already cautious whenever Odin was nearby and the rooster was around, but now that he's also gone after Philippe, we're being even more careful with Odin.
Okay. Oh, this is truly perfect. Now other small places that we have forgot or didn't do for some reason.
You might be wondering, is Philippe really going to cover the entire driveway with stones, going back and forth with that small trailer? That is going to take ages. But no, there's a plan. The reason he's doing this section in the front first is because there are cables running between the 2 corners of the barn and the house, and they're in the way. A dump truck can't pass, tip and drive at the same time without hitting them. So by laying down these first stones now, the truck will later be able to drive further back and avoid the cables altogether while unloading. And as for those cables, once the renovations move forward, they'll eventually be buried safely underground. Oui, ok, ça marche. Parfait. Merci. Ok, merci. Bonne soirée. Au revoir.
Okay, important day today. Today the trucks will arrive with the stones, the bigger stones. So basically sand to 60 big. So that's our first big layer. What I still need to prepare is just put up the laser. So I have a little bit of an idea of the thickness that is going on. And I need to remove the cables, the solar power panel cables from the back. Let's do that now. And Odin is home because it's a big strike now in France, and the daycare is on strike. That's also why I built this little pad yesterday, is because of those cables. That's why I built a little pad so the truck can come down further and then start tipping. So it doesn't drive on the geotextile, because if you drive on this directly, every movement will just tear it all apart. So there needs to be a layer of stones on it. And these are the cables I'm talking about. So this needs to go. And then the power cable that gives power to the robots has to go as well. Just in time. This is gone, truck can pass. Put the laser up, clean up a little bit here and there, and then we're right on track. Then it's a waiting game. Okay, I have to do this by eye and I have to be quick. It's only a mini excavator. I don't know the depth. I'm gonna check it quickly now because he's gonna come with another one. So we're gonna see how many we can do. The problem is trying to tip it and spread it out, because you open the tip a little bit, it gets stuck. You open it more and it all comes out in one go, and you make these mountains, and when he drives over the mountains and the truck is like this, you can tip it over. So we'll see how far we can get. a little hiccup with the last load that was dumped. I ordered 0.60, so that means from zero, so from a grain to stone maximum 60 size, and the last load contains full of these big ones, so that's not 60. Sadly enough, that one was dumped already, so I've spread it out, and now I'll have to manually take out the big ones because I do not have the height to put stones like this in, so I was not too happy with that. The load after that came, I looked together with the driver inside, and there was again big stones in it, so I said no to it, to not dump it. And now they're going back and they're gonna have a look what's wrong, because the driver was on my side, he saw the same thing. Because I don't like complaining, but when you order 0.60, you pay for 0.60, and of course if there's one stone of this inside, I'm not gonna complain, but it's full, so I'm gonna pick out what I can, and hopefully the next load is a correct one. That's it for the trucks for now. So it was 7 trucks times 20 is 140 tons. So we'll need more, but first I have to spread it more and look at my levels. Then I'll get I think 2 more trucks to get everything on the right level of this 0.60, and then I think it's another 4 or 5 trucks of the 0.20, the fine stuff. But that I'm gonna see. Do it now, do it later. It's gonna depend on how livable this is. If this is livable without giving us too much crap inside, I'm gonna call it, then we'll leave it as it is, do the roof. If this is not livable, then we'll put the finishing touch on, and we'll just have to try to keep it clean. Or put the finishing touch on, but maybe 5 instead of 10 centimeters, and do the last 5 centimeters at the end. So, well, I'll have to think about it. It started raining, and it didn't stop raining for a couple of hours, and the difference is already noticeable. This drains very well but doesn't stay muddy. So the 060 is a combination of the breaking sand when they get it out, and the rocks is just draining very well, and after it you can instantly look. This is what you want. It's not even been tapped yet. It hasn't been vibrated yet, and it's already way better. So what it means for me now is like with the rains we had, I wouldn't be able to work for a week on this back part, and now I can just get in my excavator and start working. That's what I think anyways. But looking at it and walking over it, also 0 puddles, instantly gets on the geotextile, probably flows a little bit downwards and soaks into the ground. So this is exactly what I want, and it's not even the finished level, so there's still stones coming on top. So we're getting there, that's what I mean. Can't stress this enough how nice it is to be able to work out of the mud